In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this heart SVG animation using only HTML and CSS. Let's get started. So if you're new to my channel, I make videos on UX, UI design, and front-end coding. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment down below so I know what kind of tutorial you would like to see next. So to get started, I'm opening up a CodePen project. In the HTML, I have a head tag with a link to a font family, and then I have body tags which are empty. In the CSS, I declared some variables in the root, and then I declared box sizing set to border box universally throughout the project. So initially, I'll show you the entire structure with HTML, and then I will apply all of the styling and animation with CSS. So to get started, I'm going into the body tags of the HTML. And initially, I'm going to create a div with a class of icon. So this div will be the container that will hold all of the elements that will animate. So the way that I want this to work is that I want there to be a heart icon. And initially, I want the outline of the heart to animate several times. And then after those animations are complete, I want it to have a pop effect where it expands and fades. So I really need there to be two hearts on the page. One of them is going to be the outline that will animate, and another one is going to grow and expand at the end of the animation. So I really need there to be two hearts on the page, but the user only sees one heart. So the way that I'm going to do this is that I'm going to create an SVG, and the first one I'm going to give it a class of heart main, and then the second one is going to be the same kind of heart, but I'm going to give it a class of heart background. So now we can see that there are two SVGs on the page. So the heart main is the first one, and that's the one that's going to have the line animating around it. And then the heart background isn't going to do anything during the first part of the animation, but it will grow and expand in the second part of the animation sequence. So this is actually all of the HTML that we need for the project, and everything else will be completed within the CSS. One thing to note is that I didn't just use regular CSS for this project, I added a preprocessor, and that's because this will allow us to be much more organized within the CSS file. So in the CSS, first I'm going to declare some pretty basic body styling. I'm going to make the height of it 100% of the view per height. I'm going to set the display of this to grid, and then I'm going to justify and align the items in the center. Now, if you're brand new to Grid, I have a whole crash course video that goes over all the basics, so if you're interested in watching that video, I'll link it in the description below. And then I'm also going to set the background to a particular color. So now the background is this dark blue color. So next I'm going to add styling for this div class of icon, so I'm going to reference that class of icon. I'm going to set the fill to transparent, the stroke to a particular color that I already declared as a variable, the stroke width to 20, and then I'm going to set the cursor to pointer so it's more clear that this is an interactive element, and I'm also going to set the position of this to relative. Next, I'm going to apply styling for the SVG, so I'm going to set the overflow to visible, and I'm going to set the width to 10 rem. So now this heart icon is not getting cut off anymore. And again, just for organizational purposes, I'm adding SVG and these other elements underneath this class of icon, so it's a little bit more organized within the CSS. Next, I'm going to work on the path. So in order to make that stroke animate, I have to set particular values. So first, I'm going to set a particular value for the stroke dash offset, and then I'm going to set another value for the stroke dash array. Now I had to do a little bit of experimentation with these numbers until I got the effect that I was going for, so sometimes it's just a bit of trial and error. And then I'm going to set the transform origin to center. Next, I'm going to work on this heart background. Again, the heart background is that second heart that I actually want to have a completely different effect during the animation, so I'm going to reference that class here. And for this heart, I'm going to set the position of this to absolute. I'm going to set the left and right positioning to 0, a z-index of -1, and a stroke of none, so that way it doesn't look visible on the page. So now there appears to be only one heart on the page, but there are actually two hearts placed one on top of each other. So next, I'm going to start the actual animation work. So I'm going to reference that heart main and add a hover effect. and I want that hover effect to affect the actual path of that heart. So I'm going to reference an animation that we will create that will last 2 seconds, have an ease in-out function, and go forwards. So this will represent the first part of the animation that will have that outline effect. And then for the second part of the animation, I still want to monitor when that heart main is in the hover state, and when it is, I want to affect the path of the heart background. And for this, I will create another animation that will have the same duration and same timing function. So this is basically saying when that heart main is in the hover state, I want to affect a sibling element, and the sibling element that I want to affect is that other heart called heart background, and I'm going to change the path of it. And for that path, I'm going to apply this other animation that we will also create. So we have to create 2 keyframe animations, one of them called stroke animation and then another one called fade animation. So then completely out of this icon class, I'm going to create these keyframes. So I'm going to write @keyframes, and for the first one, I'm going to write stroke animation. So if you're brand new to animations, you essentially want to set a particular value for each stage in the animation. So at 0%, you want to set a particular value, maybe at 50%, you want to set another value, and then using the timing and the type of curve, it will actually animate. So for this stroke animation, first I'm going to set a 0%, and I'm going to modify the stroke-offset. So that will create that animating outline effect. And then throughout the animation sequence, I'm going to change it. So at 30%, I'm going to change the value. At 60%, I'm going to change the value, and so on. So now if I actually hover over it, you can see some kind of animation effect. So initially at 0, it appears as if there's absolutely no stroke at all. Then at 30%, the heart is completely outlined. Then at 60%, it repeats that animation, and then it holds it until 100%. So this is looking really good so far, but I want to add other effects to this animation sequence. I also want to play with the fill. So at 60%, I'm going to set the fill to transparent, which is what it is initially. And I'm also going to set the transform of this to a scale of 1, so that way it retains the size that we initially want it to be. Then between the 60% and the 100%, I want to add other values to look like the heart is being filled. So at 80%, I'm going to set the fill to a pink color that I already declared, and I'm going to transform the scale of this to 1.1. Then at 90%, I want that scale to go back to 1, but I want to keep that pink color all the way to the end, so I'm just going to add that fill of that pink color to the 100%. So as you can see, there's an animation of the outline twice, then the fill of the heart is changed to a pink color, and there's also a transformation of the scale. So this is looking really good. The only thing we have to do left is create the other animation of the expanding heart. So here, again, I'm going to reference @keyframes, and then I'm going to create the other animation sequence called fade animation. So for this fade animation, I really don't want it to do anything for the majority of the sequence. Up until 70% of the animation is completed, I don't actually want this other heart to do anything. So I'm actually going to start this animation at the 70% mark, and I'm going to set the fill of it to transparent, and I'm going to set the transform scale to 1, so that way we have a jumping off point. And then I want to modify how it looks at the 80% mark. So again, up here in this other animation sequence, at that 80% mark, we're modifying the fill and setting that transform scale to a 1.1. So in this animation sequence, I'm going to set the fill to another color, and I'm going to set the transform to a scale of 1.1, and I'm also going to set the opacity to 1, so that way it will definitely be visible on the page. Then at 90%, I still want it to hold its opacity, and then at 100%, I'm going to modify the transform so that way the scale gets really big. I'm actually going to set it to 2.5, and at that point, I want the opacity of this to be 0. So then at that point, the heart is completely expanded and faded out. So now when I hover over it, you can see the outline animating, and then that second heart expands and fades. So there you go, that's how I created this heart SVG animation using only HTML and CSS. Please let me know if you have any questions on the topic, and subscribe to stay up to date with my latest content. Thanks for watching!